Alrighty, so this is what I'm gonna do, or at least what I'm gonna try to do, is I'm gonna try to talk for 10 minutes on me, and what I think. Well, those 17 seconds and I already fucked up. I've been meaning to do a podcast or some kind of video thing for a while now. People keep asking me, people keep on saying that I should do stuff. So this is it. This is the start. I figured I'd do the first thing and just do it, right? Just start. So, I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. I love that guy. He's awesome. But I guess the thing that made it difficult, I was listening to, recent Joe Rogan podcast, and man, this guy's awesome. So then I went, hold on, I went back to when he started, it's like 2010, and listened to some of his first ones, and it gave me a lot of confidence. I went, this is much easier to do when you think, okay, everyone starts at the beginning. This is something I tell myself all the time, is, not everyone starts awesome, or no one starts awesome at anything ever, right? Babies start off and they can't walk and they fall over and they fall over and they keep going and they fall over and they keep going, and parents, don't give up and say, oh, well, little Petey, he looks like he's never going to be able to how to walk. He's fallen over 5 times today, so clearly he's not going to do it. And babies have confidence. They just get up and do it again. They keep trying, they keep going until they succeed. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep doing these until they come a bit more naturally. Talking to yourself is a bit difficult. It's not something that most people do, I guess. Although I did read an article recently about saying that people who do talk to themselves, I guess everyone has an inner voice, or inner something going on. But the people who actually verbalize it are people who are thinking things through so much that, they literally speak about it. And so they connect it more by, going over it with themselves, which is not a bad idea, I guess. Keep, rehash what you're thinking and, nut it out. One thing that I like talking about is, success. And a lot of people have always asked me to explain my process of success, especially since my story is, I wasn't kind of geared up from the beginning to be a successful person. It's not like I came from a, well-adjusted, well-rounded, positive family life as a kid, and how I got there. The first thing that happened is I just realized that I wanted to be more than what I was. I wasn't happy and content where I was. I think if you get to that place and you really say to yourself, no, where I am is not good, that's a good start. That'll get it off. It's like a hot plate, right? If you sit on it, you move pretty quick. You don't care where you're going to go. But then once you realize what you do want, you can focus on that. And then, of course, if you really want to get away from where you are, it's like that analogy of the drowning man. If your guy's drowning, you put your hand on top of his head, after a while he's going to want to breathe. So all you got to think about is, A, I want to have some oxygen, and B, I don't want to be down here. So, that's the easiest way to break down goal striving for me, is the more desperately you want to be something and the more desperate you want to have that personal success, and the more that you find your current situation shit, the harder you'll work together. It's pretty simple. I remember when I first started karate, I was just like, okay, I started pretty late. I was about 18 and I didn't have anything, and nothing. Like I didn't feel confident. I wasn't the cool guy or anything like that. And I was like, okay, I'm 18. It's not like I was an athlete at school or anything like that. I want to be better, anything. And, I said, you don't have a lot of options, and I was grateful. I was like, man, this is it. And, I always thought that everyone started karate when they were 10. So, there were those, or in high school, it was like Cobra Kai or something. But no, those people left. I didn't know that at the time. Most of those people leave now. Obviously, I teach karate and stuff, so I see that. But for me, I was desperate. I was like, man, this is it. If I just work hard, I can be more successful than what I am. Now, in my mind, I wanted to go to the Olympics. I didn't know at the time that they didn't have karate in the Olympics. They have it now. And it's not what I thought. I wanted to do the full contact combat side of karate, as opposed to the, I wasn't big on kata and, forms and patterns and stuff. I was just big on kicking ass and taking numbers. And I just started like 100%. And within 2 years, I moved to Japan and started in the Uchideshi program, the live-in program for Kyokushin. And then when I got there, I saw K1 and I met Francisco Filho and Globe Fatosa and of course the awesome Nicholas Pettis. And, my goal evolved. I guess that's something that I've learned now is that, when I'm looking for goals, I don't have to have, it doesn't have to be finite. It does have to have a goal. There needs to be something or some place or destination I want to go, but doesn't necessarily mean it has to be, this is the only way that I'm going to be happy if I achieve just this. It's like if you want to go to Thailand to train, you say, well, I'm not sure where I'm going to train. Do I want to go in Koh Samui or Bangkok or, who I want to train with? You just say, oh, I want to go to Thailand. I want to train there. And when you get there, you might say, hey, I went to that Tiger Muay Thai place. That was pretty cool. I went to Super Pro or wherever it is you chose, and your definition of your goal gets stronger. And over time, it progresses. But that was really important to me to begin with, though, to have a strong goal. I guess the strong goal is don't be a sucker, don't be a loser. And you know what? It wasn't so much as don't be a loser to everybody else, because you can, I used to think like that, but it was, to me, I didn't feel like I did anything. I mean, to be honest, I didn't do anything. I hadn't achieved anything. I, failed basically everything at school because I went to so many different schools, and I got ADD, and I moved around, almost every, everywhere from 3 to 6 months. I moved to a new place since I was about 11 years old. Yeah, it's crazy, from refuge to refuge to refuge, and a few other shittier places along the way, and some nicer places too. But I just thought, this is it. I was finally 18, so I didn't get moved anymore from one refuge to another. And I was like, I'm going to stay super focused on this one thing. And having that one overall main goal helped me achieve everything else along the way. If I ever got confused or distracted or something, I just go back to that, say, okay, this is what we do. And especially someone with ADD, having, clear rules. This is what you're going to do every afternoon. Go to the dojo, train at 6 o'clock. It just meant that I didn't have to be organized. I just knew that happened every day, and that's what I did. I worked and went to the dojo, and that also, helped mitigate it and move past other shitty things as well. Like I'd come back and I'd be tired, so I'd go to sleep, and then the next day I'd be okay to go to work again, instead of going out and do stupid shit, because, living in refuges, there's lots of kids who are, pretty focused on being high, or pretty focused on, crime, or just generally fucking up their lives, which is kind of sad. And that, I just seemed to, get past that. And then, after a while, I remember when I first started, because I actually lived in an area that was, it was pretty nice, a place called Drummoyne. And I wasn't aware of that, but a lot of the people were a lot more affluent than I was used to being around. And I didn't think they liked me or anything, but I just thought, no, I'm just gonna stick with this. And really, it's one of the other reasons is I didn't feel I had anything else to do. I didn't really know what else to do. I thought, I'm gonna do something, or else I'm gonna miss the boat completely. I'm gonna be shit at everything. And I really wasn't focused. Not focused. I really felt that I didn't want to be shit at everything. I was desperate just to have one thing. In saying that, it gave me so many things as a byproduct of just being focused on that one goal. Everything else kind of fell into place. And it's not like it happened instantly. And something I found out recently about myself is when I look back and people say, oh, it's the journey. But it is the journey. It's like, hey, man, I had a great time. You know, when I tell people about all the things that I've done, they say, Pete, that's awesome, man. You had such a cool time. I go, that's right. And sometimes when I was doing it, I was so focused on, getting to the next tournament or getting to the next fight or getting from, the small title fights to the bigger title fights, to getting to K1, to getting to, Bellator, to fighting in Russia, that I wouldn't let myself enjoy the moment. I was just scared, I guess, that if I took my foot off the accelerator, that I would stop. And that scared me. I thought if I stop, I'm going to fall into this trap and I'm going to be a loser. I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to end up, a drug addict or an alcoholic, and this is rampant in my family. So that's something that I was scared of. But now I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. I think I've dodged that bullet. Always stay kind of focused about it. But that's also what really scared me when I retired. When I retired from fighting, it was the right time. I think it was 127 pro fights. And, combat sports and martial arts has given me everything I've got, but it was time to stop. And I did. But then I was like, what do I do? Like, not what do I do? Because I'd set, not as in what do I do, as in, today I'm going to get up in the morning and go to work or whatever. I said to myself, how am I going to have that thing in my heart that makes me go, man, I really want to do this. It didn't take motivation to get to the gym when you're training for a big fight. So you're so excited. You're like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It wasn't really, discipline after a while. It was just habit. And I really wanted to do it. So, but when I retired, I'm like, okay, that's it. The fight's done. The fight is over. All those things that I wanted, all those things I dreamed about, all those things that I worked towards, I got. I was like, hey, that's really cool. I'm successful. I'm happy. I've seen the world. I got a family. I live in a house that doesn't leak. I drive a cool truck. I got a cool dog. I'm the guy that I wanted to be. So looking for that next thing was a tough time. And I guess we can talk about that tomorrow. Peace out.